Dumelang le kae re gona leina la ka ke program ke Thabiso Make ke bereka ona mo Freedom Park a ke tse because ke a bona o ka re di audience tša rena go ya ka mokgwa le apereng ka ona ya bolabol inga bolabol and we're going to celebrate our culture, our heritage. I saw ntate modimo go ngone ba bolela ka identity, so language wa ra gore e botlhokwa. So re ska tšhaba go bolela language ya rena ra stika mo sekgoeng as le tla le ka mpele le tlo phofema le ba ba tlo bolelang re tlo bolela ka storytelling. We don't have to always re se dire ka sekgowa le Sepedi le Setsonga xa yeng ka ixtirisha Setsonga vulavula Xitsonga xa yena. So nna ke ka mo education unit mo Freedom Park ke alamogela mo Freedom Park le gonu le tla tseba ka Freedom Park mo cause ke bona le ka lebella mo programming ya rena le a guided tour which will be the last item for the day. So ke gona mo le tlo tseba mo ka Freedom Park ba tlo le tlhalosetsa ka Freedom Park re tlo le fa tour guide ya rena a le tsamaiše le bone Freedom Park. So re leboga ntate Monyai a re program e kgonagale ke gale re ntse re bolela ka yona re go pele tshwarelo from batswadi gore since March re ntse re a thoma re sa thoma go ya ka mabaka a itseng but le gone re gone gore no re ka gona go rulaganya gore program ya rena e be gona rena re tlo ba letšatši le le botse le gone re amogele le bana ba ba tlileng le ka mokgwa le apereng ka gona le bontšha le botsana mo pele le apere tradition ya lena re a le amogela and then re amogela le gore le itshwenye ka Saturday ka long weekend le be gona ke a gore bangwe ba kgona go tla because ke long weekend ba ile mo ba ileng gona. So letšatši la rena le kgone re tlo celebrate bokgwa bja rena re tlo celebrate culture ya rena le mare re tšwang gona ka gobane o ka se tsebe gore o ya mo yang o ya bjang o sa tsebe mo o tšwang gona es le tlo tsamaya le Freedom Park le ya kwa godimo le gona ka museum kam e tlo le bontšha bokgwa ba lena gore re tšwa re le mo kae ka Afrika Borwa o mongwe le mongwe weta o Motsonga o Mopedi o bolela Sevenda Freedom Park go na le mo gongwe mo le reng e bolela le wena bo botšwa bja gago e bolela le culture gago le gore le gona le di language tšohle go ya ka di element tše re di bileng mo Freedom Park re di theile le ka re berekiša maleme ohle e se le ntše le tlo tsamaya. So se ke re le ka ngwa se bolela ko gore lefelo le leng mo lona mo ke lefelo le right le ntate Monyai a tšhusitšeng gore Freedom Park le Kamoraleng re tle re tlo ba mmogo re be le letšatši le re tlo bang lona le gone. So ke a bona nako e šetše re šile mara not ga kalo cause the program re plan re fihle until 2 na le ra felletša re no ke Saturday ke long weekend batho ba nyaka go ya mo ba nyaka go ya gona a re ikhatse ka bokopana. So re tlo ba le nako e ntši re plan or at least maximum of 2 hours go be le gore program ya rena e fedile. So ke amogela ena ntate Monyai ke amogele le di VIP tša rena ba ba ditšong mo pele mo ba tlo bang the main act for program ya rena le barutiši e le gore ba gona le batswadi le HOD ya rena ntate Dr. Zeka ka mo go la mfapa la ka ke ena o mogolo wa rena mo Freedom Park ka mo lefapeng la rena la Heritage and Knowledge ke gape ke acknowledge le Austhandi kwa ke storyteller sa rena no ra a go ga botse mo mmeleng otherwise na tlotla a tlo lo bontšha ga bedi ga rarunyana gore re bolela ka storytelling re bolela kang Austhandi ke tlogela mo wena weta if later we kwa matlanyana gore o tle mo stageng ke tlogela mo wena o tla re botša gore ntše o tsamaya mana re leboga o itapišitše ntše o sa go ga botse o kgonne go tla wa re grace ka presence ya gago se ne re sa go expect today sintše o le mo sick leave. So a ke nyaka go bolela tše dintši ntate Monyai o tla re tlhalošetše gore wena o mang, who am I. A ke tsebe gore ba ditšeng mo fase mo ge nka tla ka go botšiša ka re o emelele o mpotše gore wena o mang o ka nkaraba na e šita le bona ba bagolo ba ditšeng kwa morago gore potšiše re botšišang mo ya gore who are you or tell me who you are. a ke tsere ba bantši ba rena re ka iaraba na go ara gore if wena go dutse mo fase mo o bona o ka re no potšišo e boimanyana wa bona re utlwile poleke e right program ke yona e right mo e tlo re thušang gore re ke tsebe gore re bomang re tšwa kae re ya kae and maybe further re ka itšea gore why re le gona purpose ya rena ke eng mo bophelong so ke kgola gore yona program e tlo re thuša ge re tlo boela gaeng kgapela re kgone go araba potšišo eo ya gore o mang o tšwa kae e ka no ba le gore o mang go tšwa lefapeng la gore go ya ka setšo sa gago goba wena as motho o ipona o le mang and o ipotša o le mang and o nyaka o ipona o itšwa kae cause mongwe le mongwe o na le agency or o na le maatla gore a ka ke khethela bja go bophelo a ka ke formulate wa ke tirela identity ya gagwe as an individual or a community cause environment le yona ya influence gore motho o mang mo o dulang gona mo o tšwang gona batho ba phelang le bona sekolo se o tsenang mmereko e re e berekang ya e tlhotlheletša le go aga se re leng sona so go ara gore se o leng sona se ka nane sa changes di dule se le ntho e tee over a long period of time so that's the purpose of the program today as ke boletše na leina la ka ke Thabiso Make ntate Monyai tlo ba program director ya rena wa ka mmereko mokopana ne le ona gore ke le amogele ke introduce le program ya rena e se ke boletše se botlhoka ke gore re ska ka nako e tlang ya gore re tlo boledišana le ska tšhaba berekiša language ya lena and then re alamogela le re leboga go ba gona ga lena ntate Monyai sebaka ke sa le
Ngqongqothwane igqirha lendlela kuthiwa nguqongqothwane. Do you know the song? That's why we are here today, to teach and learn and share about our history. Nelazi igqirha. The song was sang by the late Umama Miriam Makeba. Niyamazi? At least they know Mama Miriam Makeba. We'll give you a round of applause for that. Awesome. Nagalina gin namujaji, gin namudulu abakalaga ba makinya ikenya ritagula baraga ba kenya ridomma. Gin namutu abani sabula, mifagoni, dasi amujaji, ditaveni jeri kulu jama ulwe. Ring shate. Our young people are shocked. Thobela ke a le tamisha ka moka ka moshate yanibulisa bantwana abusheni sanibonani dumelang ni bahle. I wish the house was full, but unfortunately there's a few of us, but I believe ukuthi manisukala you are going out there to share this information, ne? My job is easy today, just to introduce the prince himself, Molatelo Defeld Munyai, a renowned South African veteran journalist, heritage researcher, and founder, CEO of Kamoraleng Heritage Institute. With over 15 years of media experience, he has dedicated his life to preserving African indigenous knowledge systems and restoring African pride for future generations. That's why we have you here, young people. Kamoraleng is a Sepedi word meaning in the kitchen, beautifully interpreted as a treasure trove of wisdom. This name captures his vision, where stories of resilience and ancestral wisdom simmer in the pot of history. Ntate Munyai is recognized as a Black cultural hero. He received an honorary award at the 4th Mzansi Traditional and Cultural Music Awards in 2025. His Cyphers Award-nominated documentary called Kamoraleng, The Heart was honored in 2020. He is an active thought leader, and the speaker at Freedom Park Women's Month Dialogue in 2025, a presenter at OHASA in Limpopo in 2025, and was also selected presenter for the Oral History South Africa 2026 in Gqeberha, Eastern Cape. Ntate Munyai also serves as the chairperson of Midrand Tourism Connection and the QLTC Sekat, and member of Oral History Chapter and the Gauteng Tourism Consortium. He founded the Kamoraleng Heritage Podcast, the Kamoraleng Travel and Tours, and Kamoraleng Legacy Awards. Myself as the Kamoraleng Oral Coordinator, Oral History Coordinator, allow me to welcome my boss officially, Develt Molatelo Munyai. Let's welcome him with a round of applause. Thank you.
Dumelang. Sanbonani man. Wa le sa thaba na? Le kwatetseng? Molweni. Yenda. Good morning. Oh, alinyaki good morning. Alinyaki good morning. Goeiemôre. Mangwanani. Mam Kasei. Tamoga Mamuga. Beautiful day, more Freedom Park. I hope my teacher Raga both from Ebony Park Primary, Lebaba Tswangko Tenison Secondary, Ralamorela Kamo Freedom Park, Relewilla Vardim Java di Bofile, Relewele Morena Make, Baribuleti di Horo, or our Dimpia di Bofilo Hono Gama Retlo Jara Rayan knowledge. Again. Kiabona le botsana yuang la pere tša bo lena tša go bontšha gore why re le mo ya gore why nna ke nna mang, who am I akere la itse ba re le bo mang, la itse ba re le bo mang anka bitšo go iwane ka re a tla mpotšwa re ke mang a ka tla mpotšwa re ke mang nka kgetha wena tla mpotšwa re o mang tla mpotšwa ngwanake gore o mang. Wena o mang?
Wasema Gabazani wamateke lanzuma kona andzi chavi vanhu na titiva kundzimani ntombi ya Mtsonga yo ka yi nga chavi vanhu ndza khensa.
You see the pride of being an African or a king. What they matters most of how the they don't matter, but they matter. That's why we are here. Remote the sacred space, remote space in Soloring, we are allowed or reponcher level mangager. Now you are not going to be shot like in Namang, Kenamuko no one should hold, Kenamuko Numila Shantan, Kenamuko Moragamitza Pula, Kenam Halaka, Bahalaka Grelabats Bakaranga. Yeah, I can know. Look on the civil Lovalava Corona, Kiavavela. I get go arrive at Chalala for Lafas, Chalas Navy Mufas, Kesavorena, I lora Osti, Kikamaras Cotis of Holocamo Freedom Park, Molo Chinu Diadere, again. Babulutur Nagidian, Caseco, Nagin Tavishakorkial, one Le Hanchaka Savoli Nager. Ne? Honalo Mokinaga Mona Mo Carly Toret, acknowledge General Legamo, she sang. Katsabore le tlwali phuthang tshitse bana ba le ba kopantshitse jwale ka mo rutishi a go mo rutishi fela bile o lebeletse tsa ba re o preserve serabo lena which is Tsonga ka go ngwala dipuku go ngwala dipoem tsona di reto re go leboga ka re le gona bile le ngwadile ka I think the former ya gona ka mo Freedom Park e mogolo wa rena serote ke bitša ga botsa kere the Wali Serote Eliana the former Yakamo Gaig, the champion ya culture. Arguaga culture, Guagabana Batova Hall, or Wadi Lubukaka and Nawam Fire Nomfa as a gift. Yahopolarnal storytelling, Kamutsungwa, Ebony Park, Ealing on a busy corner. All right, but I get over program director, Naginaga interact tiger. program director soro tshwantse no kitimiša koloi sa lebelle gore o tsamaya le o mang ke acknowledge le batho ba leng gona ka fa ntate Lawrence Mpya ke šoma le yena ka fa ka tša Kamoraleng ke yena tshwereng lefapha la PRO le tša media ke yena nouwe kgaitsedi o na bolela fa Princess Seloe Mojaji le yena o ka o tshwere le rena ka Kamoraleng o tshwere project ba ke project leader ya rena le project e re bitša gore ke lentswe the voices of hope, which is part of the oral history. Agree oral history ke yone re dira re be mo re be ka mogwano re leng ka gona re tšwetše pele sa borena agree. So it's a wing ya Kamoraleng lentswe re na le bona bo ntate Tshishenge ke mo mentioneng gona yoatše it's part of that so that re kgone go godisha the storytelling community agree re godiše gona gore it's unfortunate a ke bone batho ba bagolo bo koko ba rena le ba khalabe a ke re ke bona ba ne ba re botsa dinounwane le a di gopola dinounwane le a di tseba dinounwane a le di tseba dinounwane ke tla a nke re šiwa e tseba di thai a ba sa di dirisa di thai ko sekolong a ba sa le ruta tsona di thai hey banna we matitša re la kwa le dirile bjang banna ka education ka re bana ba tsebe di thai all right re tlo e lokiša IKS tshwanetse ke ne dikolong indigenous knowledge system it must tap into it must be integrated ko dikolong e reng ke die wa le ka gore mošomo wa ka ko motokwana kudu wa mfile ngwana re ke be program director ke gopela re tlo bereka ka go fela le lena until program e o fela ke le boga le ba bagolo ba re welcomeileng ka mo Freedom Park ba mentionne mabitso a bona e re nna wa le ke le fe ditabana tša re wa re le mo se ka la le bala gore ke kgwedi le ya bo mme a kere le a tseba re ke eng kgwedi ke kgwedi mang ke kgwedi ke Women's Month so Women's Day ke neng ka di 9 a kere tlo ba re celebrate a bo mma role re lo ke leng ke bo mma ko ra o fisha mma gona ha o tonya mma gona ha mma o gona o direla dijo ya sekolo mma o botlhokwa a re bolela ka mother tongue ke mma ke ena o rutang o bolela ntongwe nngwe ke mma a kere a gona papa gona mara mma o ka re botlhokwa kudu ka re ntongwe is centered around a woman re gopole gore na bo mme ba re buang ka bona ba 1956 ba dirileng ba 20,000 ba tlile gona mo Pretoria ba re ke Union Building yona mo re leng gona mo ba matcha against the system e le gore ne e gateletse batho ba bantsho a kere bo mama Lilian Ngoyi bo Sophia Debrey e le gore le bola ka bona ke ka history bo Charlotte Maqeke ke bona ba dirile gore le kgone le kry thuto le na le yona ne batho a kere le la le thuto ya gona because ba ra lokile karolo a kere right molaetša ka ko montokwana o ke tlo lo mfang gona le tlo sepelang le gona kere ke le amogetše the distinguished academics dedicated teachers ke tlo tsopola mola le mola masters storytellers bo Methandi na a dutše fase ke mmone ne ke na le yena ko Limpopo a representa ko national conference ke o ba le yena gape ko representa ko national oral history gona ko Xabega Eastern Cape I think October ke acknowledge happy the future leaders which is you guys the learners future ke a lena e ke boela happy ke re thobela sane bonane dumelang lo tshane apshene. Allow me to stand here at Freedom Park as a sanctuary of memory triumph and our collective soul. There is no better time to reflect on our roots. Tomorrow, South Africa commemorates the National Women's Day, which on the 9th of August, 1957, which is 70 years now. 20,000 brave women marched on the Union buildings in Pretoria, proving that when women stand together, the foundations of Operation Shatter. But as the founder and CEO of Kamoraleng Heritage Institute, I want us to look at the Women's Day through the lens of heritage, education, and storytelling. Why do we call narrative languages our mother tongue? It will stress the purpose and the importance of the mother tongue. Again, hangwana abelewa, o rutishwa gore semelo sa gaba kere setšo sa gaba kere a ona gona le gore o belile ko Malawi wa lo thoma lo bolela Tshivenda wa ro bolela Sepedi wa bolela Setsonga wa ro bolela Sezulu wa ro bolela Xhosa o tlo bolela le language ya Malawi e tlo ba mo irutisha ke motswadi mma akere so o tlo nwa yona polelo e o re o itsebe that is indigenous akere. Let me carry on. Why do we call our narrative languages mother tongue? Seseraori, how lo motswadi? Ankere motswadi is not only motswadi wa belileng. Any person in the street ke motswadi hao. Seso ntshanga molomo go botsa ngwana. A be se se bolokeileng. Ka re ngwana o tlo e berekisha ka boshiko pele. E se mantswe a tlhokileng akere. Mother tongue, it represents your identity. Urlena ke na Motsonga le mokwele re o ithetile le balala ba kwele the ancestors tsa hae di mokwele ka re na reta ka sa gagabo. It connects us with the roots ya hae again. So the mother tongue is very important ka re ya identify wena or kwena mang again. Le gore is only about to apara diaparo tsa ka tsa Sepedi tsa Setswana mara le lemela ha o le a bolela gore ngwana go tswa ka yo ke Motswana again ke mother tongue ya bolela again. And then, because the language is nurtured in the womb of a mother, it's sustained by the matriarchs of our communities. It is carried in the lullabies of our grandmothers. To honor women tomorrow, we must honor languages they gave us today. Khale isingana yo la gre yo le ba gekole ba isa go di old age home ale sa ba boloka go le re ba tshwenya the indigenous of the knowledge, the holders of the indigenous knowledge, wisdom e la re ke intergenerational wisdom re yankwa ko di institution tlo lo dula mo no re ngwana a swantse a robale ba mokuru a kuretša. Ngwana robala, those lullabies. Ngwana utlo robala because uthiditšeng melody ya koko. Koko a dia di lullabies. Again, a robala ngwanaka with that soft touch. Again, and you hear the noise. Yo kua kuetša robala ngwanaka. Again, di ka ile gona di sa le gona again. Le lo tša ngwana la molatlhela ko ka mara ntutšela mepetana ile ona le rekang ya go kwalela ye. Again, it's not a good thing. Something when I feel the belonging again. When I robale again. And then there is a profound Sepedi proverb. But ngwana o tshwara thipa ka bagaleng. Hey. Loka ba skebe kwa buangwa ba tsotsi. A ona re mma wa o lahle. Because it's about the pain of carrying a child for 9 months. Ba re ngwana shule kwa ke tsotsi o ya di drugs o dirang ke ngwana ga a ka se ra se ngwana ke akere. They will always say ke ngwana ke mo leseng o tla ba right. So the importance of mother and the alignment ya mother and the mother tongue ke bona ba tshwereng lefatshe la borena. Whether we like it or not, ke ma teacher bona. Ase ma teacher a ko classeng, mara ke ma teacher a ko ntlo. Because ba o ruta ka semelo, the values, family values and customs. So that loosely translated, the mother grabs the knife by the blade. I get about to tipa ka ba haleng, about to tsara mpaka hola, o tsebanga lo sa boroto. the pain of a woman. It's bakena motswadi wa ngwana. Re mo ka o fela re tswa go mmeng ba ba tsebang gore o jile a se uji akere o tshwantse o apare o sekolong o tshwantse o direng akere ba le ruta dilo tseo ka gae akere a se ntho ba ka o rutwana ko sekolong. You learn it from home. Historically, our mothers did not just protect us from physical harm. They protected our identity. They held the sharp edges of historical erasure to ensure that Sepedi, isiZulu, Sesotho, Sendebele, Tsonga, and other indigenous languages survived. The reason why re accommodate the global world, the space, the language, which is something that actually that is why the theme is Wena O Mang. Who am I? Because our heritage is our pride. Again, to academics and educators, language is our deepest repository of indigenous knowledge. When a child learns in the mother tongue, they are not just translating words. They are inheriting logic, science, and philosophical depth. We must champion mother tongue education because it builds intellectual confidence. Again, how will I say, how we to me to again? It's a language that was imposed on you. Again, Maraula Lagasari was again, was better lagaco. Again, Marauka Argano present a more present Lagasco. Yeah, we don't call and one no happens Nagadi Maraca. Nagadi oral, one of the Maraca school, but I see your jabo. So if Bangwadi Pugu really want to preserve our heritage and our culture and our languages, Mr. Chishanga, you must continue writing, continue making a noise. And if you are saying we have to decolonize this narrative, continue by doing that. Scala Fela Matla, the institution like Freedom Park to acknowledge that. Right. To our storytellers, Metandi, one of the greatest storytellers of Freedom Park, when you speak, we start to enchant. I heard you call him Popo. I said no. You are the living librarians of Freedom Park. Our heritage was not written in stone. It was preserved in breath, in our oral stories, in our facial features, and in our proverbs. Keep telling those stories because a nation that forgets its nation, its language, loses its compass. Agree? Aeroplane, l'escape, a ship, an indiza. I very she steering wheel like Oloya again. Again? Di sang. Di shiny. Compass. Or where go guy. They use the compass, north, east, south. Ali Dirigos Kolonkan, north, east, south, west, what, I get. Dishumisha compass. I get. Or Bahonos Barbago guy. Ne? I have a steering wheel like Goloi, a normal car. And to our learners, our dynamic youth, your mother tongue is not a backyard relic of the past. Sometimes I will say, "No, no, what you worry? Eh, why now? Why pela English yana?" And I know feel I'm English you not proper. It's proper or no present. We were too. Can't know levechi le huma la how in the mother tongue. Follow how your language. That's very important. I get shine on language out. People are monetizing the language. Today, TikTok. There are people that you see that TikTok, they are presenting themselves to the world, to the global space. I personally, I'm going to be honored because of that honorary award go Spain. For what? For Ratasarish, embracing our heritage, culture, and all that. Again, so Luena, through what you are doing, Oscar Inyachan, what I'm taking the TikTok or what the social platform. It's very relevant to Manak. If we are about to culture, how errate Piloena. Again, embrace it first, you. Don't allow somebody to take over your position. Take it on. How did TikTok or Tawaperi you along and go one of Yatsanga? Yasaseka. You show you like it. Yasaseka again. Bonorga. Do it on TikTok. That's how you educate Mpagat. That's how you educate the community. That's how you educate the global space. Africa, heritage, number one. Right. It is your superpower. True liberation means never having to apologize for the accent of your ancestors or the language of your home. This language we very shang yas no. Kia badimo ba ha wa kere. Ha ke re ha o tswalwa ba o fa lebitso. Ba re ko ena Vusmus. Again, Bargona Tsakani or Takaran. It just got a meaning. About for fella to be low connectally, but Dimobahi no. About for fella to be Maravas John, Alefalina las Hoa, Litimecha Badimu, Abahono connector. Because what Philip is allowed to develop as well as because they cannot pronounce Mulatelo. They will end up giving you a name like David. Sarin is an erasure of your cultural identity. It cancel away your roots. Or skites or Romang. Or like Umnato Haperi suit. Or now I'm presentable. Then can Namut. But how I Sarin so what I am something else. Because you can only do that once in a year. Heritage Day. Other days, ke ba thaka di suit. Ke ba thaka di what? So le betjor mara ba re buditse man go Freedom Park gore ngo rata sa ge. Again. All right, fine. Your language is the skin of your thoughts. Let us leave Freedom Park today with a shared covenant. Let us speak our languages, teach our languages, and celebrate the mothers who kept them alive. By presenting the mother tongue, we safeguard our ultimate freedom. Ne? Longkolo grilling. Lekon wire lemo. Let's celebrate the Saborena. And little poncha today. Can you go one little dirang? Oscar Chabamoto, Kasari. Don't be ashamed of your language. Ne? Don't be ashamed of your language. Whoever says what, be proud who you are. Sasaseka. Okay, but I know it's okay. I'm okay now. Present it in that way. But I think because I'm also part through QLTC, Quality Learning Teaching Campaign, co-secretary, Johannesburg East. The issue IKS must also be part of the curriculum, to be integrated into the education, to the curriculum as indigenous knowledge system, because that's where it lacks. It's about a spiritual thing. It's a tribalism. This thing, tribalism, is actually the cause because IKS, indigenous knowledge, practitioners, cultural practitioners like Riboniko, they are going to school, but to Shabana for legal homework. But I think Bawana, ngwana o mmona le ka participation ka tlaseng gore a o tswa lapeng le lengwe le seng right akere. So if we are really serious about re nyaka go change setšhaba sa bo rena, tsebo ya IKS a e tsene dikolong e tsinkelele. Ba ska makala motho ba tlo ruta bana ka tša bo bona jore tšatši le ke tšatši la culture fela. Culture is not only comes ka heritage. Ko dikolong na le o dira ntho tse ba di ke di-project ba di bitsang activities that you do. Tše dingwe gore ke a di lebelela for nna, I'm not a teacher, but I di tsamaya ka line ya dilo tša rena tše re di nyakang ya ka re batho ba le gore we are cultural people. So we know le according to the syllabuses and all that, but we want to have a different platform where we talk about this importance of IKS, indigenous knowledge system, because setšo sa bo rena it's bit by bit, slowly by slowly, it's dying, it's generating. Go tlo sala bo austhandi. When you are done, you are done, you are done, and then it means whatever is done is done. It's not going to be okay. All right. Okay, you are ke tsana mo tša tša lekgono ka gore re na le lena ke re tlile ka lena mos, not because I mustn't be too much in the stage. I get more the presentationing ya lena today because item e tlang ke ya lena le tlo re entertain le re bontsha bokgwa ba lena le gore le celebrate wang sa bo lena ke right. The voices of tomorrow. O se tšo mpoditša rona o mang na wa ntseba na. We want to see this interaction le go di TikTok. Ngwana wa Mopedi, ngwana wa Motsonga, ngwana wa Mzulu, ngwana wa Mvenda TikToking, say o mang wena o bad mina ngubusibani bani. In that way re bola this thing yale na di fights go dikolo. This issue of tribalism, we are killing that thing. Because once you know how you are representing other people out there. So you are an exemplary. Whatever you do or mess up, whoever sent you to school, your family, which is your parents and others. That's why we are Murawa, because you are not Munyai. It means you are representing. So don't mess up. When you come out into the space like this, you must respect. Respect through the way you present yourself. The way you ponchanka on thank you so much. So without any waste of time, in terms of maybe before I go in length, Shishank, I would wanted you just to render a redemption before you bring a child, one learner here, just a redemption, a one from there. Can you then come over to the stage, just as a form of introduction, because we are in the space how the poetry motion. It's long yeah, poetry motion. Let have you Are you okay? Yes. Erikin Namang. Erikin Namang. Who am I? Okay. Who's the first? Because Kinali praise poetry.
Nkarhi wo tala loko ndzi fanele ndzi nyika performance ni va ni yi lulamisini mara hiko I am a poet irrespective of whether I have planned or not, something should come up from my mind. I I am sad hope, life dangling on the rope. I weave warm words and create havoc into the political haze. I am koi, rhyming the toy. If I were simplistic poet, I would write stories about chocolate mountains and milk rivers. Kinama, tumecha, kitwa, haskororo, kutswere kitlala, kihopela avrotofela, bana baka ba shokisha, musadilia ino nyaka untlukhela. Wara, tusa. I asked for food, then you gave me liquor. I refused your offer and you refused my refusal. Why me? Because I only needed food or mineral water. Except I need liberty from this poverty in this cruel society. Amandla. Just a simple talk. My name is Enoch Shishenge. I am a poet and a cultural activist, an educator, and a podcaster. I am a podcaster in my own language because we realize that the podcasts are actually being done in English. But we have taken a very conscious decision that we want to promote the African languages. In 2024, I represented South Africa with other 5 South Africans in China, Hangzhou, and Beijing. It was the BRICS members that were there, including Russia, China, India, Egypt, and all those, including Iran. So when I was there, fortunately, I had to actually make connections. And through those connections, we had managed to actually translate most of the poems of Professor Sirote. And Professor Sirote went there in 2024. After we came back from that particular program, and I had to take him through in terms of how we could actually apply for the visa, because he said he went there, I think it was in 1975, so he had actually forgotten some of these things. So Professor Sirote was awarded an award in Beijing, and I also wrote within 2-3 weeks a book celebrating his 82 years anniversary. The book, it is not published, but I actually printed close to 10 books and gave them to him as a gift. So, Vituramina Mina Inoko wa Salani wa Poni wa Shkeleti wa Nyundwani Ndwanoma Dulele ina Ibaka Shishenge Humkosi.
Meholokwane guy. Mifululu. You know, this is an Africa Day. This is our Heritage Day. We need to be celebrating in breadth and length. Skara chaba mo twagere. Le mo kola uri le mara teacher elena. Nana kena lo teacher ki aga class mfela mara jwale ko kwatshi dingor ba jambile mawatle ba ya go China. Kata ba jali buka tsa go ngwala. Sho, batho ba sepela. La bona heritage, la bona culture tsamaisa motho. So now we are actually marching to the cultural currency. We are monetizing using culture. We walk, we travel with culture. When we go to Spain, we'll be traveling with culture. We are taking our culture to the global space. So now, what do we have here? When they landed to go OR Tambo International, which is the gateway of Africa, this is what they will expect to see. Freedom Park, they will come here as the heritage site. Kemaropi, a safe space. Okay, Tobe. Jole kinyaka kena kwa ya lena banabaka. Riklo mamela the voices of tomorrow. The voices of tomorrow. Kitlo khopela oto retelang, I think keep praising poet. Is usetalo na ampatamele. o tlo ntirelang praising point, o tlo retelang, ke o feng sa le ready. Ska chaba, e tla papa, ska chaba. Emma Mabuti.
Sanibonani. Igama uDlamini Sibongo.
Shay.
Igama umbali Sibongo uDlamini Sibalikhulu mina ukunene dlukala ndlela esikhala ubaba. Namhlanje ngizokhuluma ngothando. Kodwa ngeke ngisho okuningi. Laba abasithandayo asibathandi kanti nathi laba abasithandayo abasithandi. Banothandiwe ubabo nabo abangabathandi. Uthando luphenduka into yokudlala lo mdlalo. Ngicala ngenkonzo yasekamereni, inyama enyameni, kuphele ngenkonzo yasemathuneni, uthuli othulini. Namhlanje upelepele uphethe isilima kubaba ngishitiye esilondeni esingapholi. Bawungazwani neqiniso ngiphumele ngomnyango. Izolo ngihlangane neex yami yathi awubheka okuhle kwakuyiphutha ukuhlukana nawe ngathi mina iphutha walenza mhlazana ungishiya mina ngoba ngingenalutho. Wakhohlwa nokuthi lo yakuyena lokho anakho wayengaba nakho. Okusobala nami lokho engenakho nyoke ngibe nakho. Ngakukhuza ngathi izinto ezinhle ziyalindwa. Wena uyalingwa awufuna umfana ozamayo, ufuna indoda enzayo. Ngakukhunza ngincenga ngaze ngaguca. Wena uguli awuyigibeli taxi. Kuma GTIs uhlezi ungaphambili. Namhlanje unama STIs kolayini omtholampilo uhlezi ungaphambili. Buka namanje umi phambili. Elayini bakasasa yazibona ukuthi awunakusasa. Ngiyabonga.
Awa moshapele motso ga bedi. Na ka rena le mona na. You see, it's not only in the class. Sometimes you take things that happens in your space, in your environment, and make them relevant, change them to narrative. You narrate your story, give a positive. Sometimes when you wake up, what's what I today am well, but that could change your attitude towards the day by narrating or hey, so, but that doesn't determine your future. Doesn't say this is where you'll end up. You'll end up becoming something from that space. You can be something out of that. We are who we are today because we were raised by those same circumstances. But we never look back and say, this must actually determine me. This must actually decide that I will end up being here. I won't go far. Again, Ivory Park or Ebony Park or Fella Ebony Park, it cannot be. Bagulech Bachambile Mawate, Boyago Buchinchong, Ho, Buchaina. Again. So, Loena Utloya, with our support, as long as we are focused. I can talk about focus. As long as you are focused, let my teacher, I think they stress it in the class. Focus. Again. Thank you so much. Bagwiza umbongi. Bashanjal. Umbongi. How do you describe? I'm going to fuse fundisana. Umbongi ngayet. Imbongi. Oh, okay. Thank you for correcting me. All right. You know, when you do the praising names and all that, don't just do it just to do it. Ne? Remember, when you are in this space, you are enchanting, you are connecting with your guiding angels. You are not alone in the spirits, if you don't know. Because we are in the same space where things are happening, where you'll see the spirits or the guide you are. You are not alone, you are guided. Again, how we refer for the sake of item idea now, but when you start to enchant, it tells you are no longer yourself. Again, you are on the realm, you are on another level. Again, right? Rasalmo, who am I? Kimangana. Kisana lo mo happy poet. Auto reader lancer ita hachediak.
ndzi chawuke enhliso ndzi xi obisha ndzilo ndzi matshwani tukulu wa xinyori ndzi huma eka nyimba ya vahlengwe ndzi muhlengwe wa xinyori xa humba va xi obisha ndzilo vanyoxi va tsandza chavani xinyori xa humba xo kangetela ribyeni hlazani mawula homu va twa swambisi ndza milosa ndzi tela emahlweni ka n'wina ku ta mi hlayela xiphato loko ndzi sungula hi xinghezi ndzi ku peace unity and prosperity vun'we kurhula ni ku humelela kasi hi tsandza hi yini ku va van'we hi tlula hi vusokoti hikokwalaho ka yini hi nga tiyisani nyandza hi nge yi tshovi a hi ri hunyi hikokwalaho ka yini hi nga vi mbilu yin'we hi aka vumundzuku ni kurhula swin'we ngati i ya yini maAfrika-Dzonga rivengo i ra yini vana va Soshangani na Ntsanwisi rirhandzu a ri an'we hina hi vanhu van'we hi dlayanela yini hi ri vanhu van'we nhloti wa mina a ku vi nhloti wa wena na nhloti wa wena ku ta va nhloti wa mina hi ta humelela njhani hi ri karhi hi kombana hi ri ntivo muchangani i vula mani hi ri maAfrika-Dzonga muzulu kasi i mani mi ri vana va vakokwani vun'we kurhula ni ku humelela a hi veni van'we hi ta hlambela swin'we hi rhulisa timbilu hi ta hlula ni matshwanga inkomu
Yo. Mmethele matso a bedi. Bukhalazi bare jealous down, bukhalazi. Bare jealous down. Are jealous down or bukhalazi ele atsibara re bukhalazi ke bua ka bomanga kere. Ke ra re ska la ba le mona. Lokolo re go utsiwang ge o ithata ka tša geno ba re lena ba bagolo rutang bana ditagola le sekana tšo badimong ga bana ba sa tsebe modu wa bona setšo sa bona ke gore lena le lahlile bana ba ala ba ruta setšo sa bona se se ra gore bana ba banyantše that is the power of the mother tongue ba nyantše letswele ka re so se fa ngwana ka letswele ke se le reng ngwana ka bošigo tlo kgona go gola wa monariša jalo polelo ke gore o gotše ka mo o kgona go bona lefase re a leboga se ka lekwalela ka ntle ke nana re sana le another poet sereti se sengwe jalo o etla papa etla wa ret jalo ka re one monto kwana o dia bjang ya mo wa dia o ya mamo lesogane ya mamo papa ya
Ndzamisho weta vito ra mina Makungu Xixenge ni la grade ya 3 ni na malembe ya 8 ni lava ku mi hlayela xiphato xa Halyon Fish Ndaka Nhlampfi ya rixaka ra hina hosi ya lwandle miri mabyala ku saseka silivhere ehenhla ka rimbambu u khome matimba ya tiko hi rirhandzu u xikhongelo xa lwandle ra hina Ndaka u hi dyondzisa ku tiyisela u xifaniso xa ku tirhandza mbilu ya tiko ehansi ka mati u tamerile vito ra hina hi xichavo u vonaka hi ku vangama Ndaka xifaniso xa rirhandzu lerinene vun'we bya hina lebyinene u matimba ya hina lamanene Afrika yi ta hlula hi kanene Ndaka nhlampfi ya Afrika-Dzonga nhlampfi ya rixaka hala Ndaka Ndaka
halala etera thank you bo siwa o ba maAfrika yo ra tswa re ko reng ke bo motho a dutšeng ko strateng a tseba re go monate wang ba maAfrika Ha o no thoma hore o ka tsamaya nyolo ko renkeng ha ona ro latlhe o bolela sa eno mara o thoma bolela English ba go lebella ka leitlho le lengwe ba ma Africa English ana mo ko Pitori ka ntlhela o vutla mo lo thobela taxi o ya ka ko Midrand ka ba ra shi mogala nka le taxi ya go ha nai mara wa go thoma bolela language e nngwe ba sa ikušiši ba tlo tsana go go thusha botlhokwa jwa language ya gago botlhokwa jwa go bolela sa geno go monatiwa ke a le ba butinyana monyane a tsakeng heritage he monate sa ga borena bokgwa jwa rena ai man ga na le moreana ona ra le ba golo Freedom Park re hosta re tliseditse mabose ke a le a bona le kgono re a ja ona le mongwe go itsebisha rena ke mango latlheile ona le batho ba latlheileng phela batho ba latlheile gona le mongwe go itsebisha rena ke ena mang tla ngwana ka re last time o no re introduce ja re kusha gore wena a sa eno wa serata right thobe ba music ba ba wina ba go ba choose dipina tsa bona. Please talk to the teachers for those ones who are good dancing. They can select the songs there. They will select their songs.
Ikhabisangoi makanja. Lomu ndzaka kona minkolo jika na hina. Mahlamala ku xanga ka swilo swa Matsonga machangana. Laha hi kandzaka kona vusenga byi ma tinsimu ta ntumbuluko.
Loko hi n'wayitela vuswikoti bya mumbi a byi mbabateriwi vuhlalu bya hina na van'wana tindani swi hi tsundzuxa laha timitsu ta hina ti nga kona eAfrika-Dzonga na hi n'hweti leyo koka hi ri nkarhi hi kha hi tlangela vuenti bya misava hi ri hoyo ka tinhenha vo mhani na vatswari lava nga le kaya hi ri hoyo inkomu
Ra leboga, thank you so much for rendering such a powerful the poetry. Jalo re tlotsena mo hona le ba agri wa le re fapane ka go itsweletša ka tša bona tša bokgoni tša bokgwa jwa rena le gore ba bangwe ba bina ba bangwe ke diredi ba bangwe ke bangwadi mara le kgone mo ka re tlo betha seta fatshe mo re tlo bina mo tlo thuntša le role ya bona gore mo ka o jwa mo le re tlo thunya ka o fitlile rena bjatše to my understanding ona lo o tlo tshwantseng a tlo bala a short story okay kopa o emele the short story o tlo direlang o tlo re balla short story to re etsa short story okay mara ke o lela le wena ka gore le wena o tlo direla short story ya le wa tšhaba mang kwena okay are fitting ge if I gone kwena was a short story
I'm telling a story about the national flag.
Oh, okay. She's going to be telling the story about the South African flag, national flag. When I was talking about South African flag in Alekalajikai, a rainbow nation. Right. Yeah, use that one. Yeah.
I greet you all, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls on the hall at large. My name is Ntsako Maluleke and I am a learner in grade 5 at Diponi Park Primary School. Today I'll be telling a story about the national flag. The wind over the Union buildings in Pretoria doesn't just blow. It carries the weight of 1,000 whispered stories. On a brisk April morning in 1994, Thabo stood in a sea of people, his neck stretched upward. For his entire life, the sky had been dominated by the orange, white and blue of the old guard, a flag that to him felt like a closed door. But today was different. Today the rainbow flag would fly for the first time. Over 7,000 designs had been submitted by the public, yet none felt quite right. It fell to Fred Brownell, the State Herald, to sketch a vision that could bridge centuries of division. He didn't choose symbols of lions or protease. He chose the geometry of a path. The design was centered around horizontal Y shape, the pal. It represented a coming together, the diverse parts of South African history finally meeting to travel forward as one. As the new flag caught the breeze and unfolded, Thabo looked at the colors. He had heard people argue about what they meant, but the beauty of this flag was that it didn't belong to one definition. It belonged to everyone. The black color represents black people, the green fertile land and the mineral world beneath their feet, gold. White represents honesty and peace, the red color representing bravery and blood that was shed during apartheid. Tears were the blue sky and oceans that lay around our country, all woven on the national flag. Tears swelled in Thabo's eyes as he watched the vibrant fabric snap and dance against the Pretoria sky. Around him, the initial silence of the crowd erupted into a concert of cheers, shouts of joy and songs of freedom that shook the very foundations of the Union buildings. For the first time in his life, he didn't feel like an outsider looking through a warm embrace, welcoming his past while promising a brighter, shared future. It was a solid proof that the old division had finally cracked open to let the light of democracy in. The flag was not just a symbol stitched of fabric and thread. It was a living, breathing map of hope. And as Thabo took his first deep breath in this new South Africa, he knew they were all finally walking down the path together. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Our metele matsoho, our. Teachers, you're doing a good job. Eh? Teachers there at the back, say, shine, 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 shine. Shine, shine, shine. You're doing a good job. The next president, the next president, the confidence when she speaks impeccable English. Sure. Distinctions. Right. My technicians, I think in Alabama binang honalo to binang urle chamanyalo kimang unya go tsona le pleasure yena a promote speed. Okay, pleasure mo. Can you have a song for chamanyalo and the other one is for the Tsonga Chibelane? Can you arrange that so that we can if it's ready then. Is it ready? Ke mang o tlampile? Tsa manyalo e tla ngwanaka. Ka gore ntale re bontsheng gore le nyaka o shatisha mang ka December. Ke mang o shatang ka December? Ba apara ring? South Africa monate man. People are monetizing countries that they embrace a culture chabona. It's not just a wedding song. It also tells about the pride and how proud you are about your culture. How you do it in the way that is in that element of pride. There are people who are rimba lokhono. Ba kira the livelihoods ya bona. Kore ba ithusha ka taba tsa go bina. Mmino wa setso. There's a place called Wena Mandela go Tembisa. Ba re ke ZB corner. Ha o nyaka go bona bogabo jo ma Africa e tla kwa ke a o invite. Ke dinaka ke jona tša manyalo. Le tše dingwe. So ora ore somewhere we are changing the corner. We are getting it right somewhere. We are changing the narrative bit by bit. Sa bo rena sa tsinkelela jwale se a tsena le ka ditoropong. Right. Ke a go leboa kgaitsedi ya Limpopo. O re binela. Ke ra gore o go re o thuntšitše le role mo. Ba tlo go romela dintho tšele ba re ke eng di WhatsApp di WhatsApp ba re o tlo re binela. All right, without any further ado, agdi yache. Ona lo mongwe lo tlo bina Spialane. A ke tsore ke pronounce botse ska ke chabe wa lead. Chibelane. Chibelane, okay. I gotta remember now we have got the language experts and advisors. So I must be corrected if I'm wrong, so that even when I'm in America or I'm inspired, then I can pronounce it well. I get it. Yes. Ska ka ke bolela sa gesho ke itoma leleme mara ke bolela sa George. Hey, I excel. Ke ba impeccable. Ko re ke no bolela without flaws. I get it. All right. Kharebe, are you ready? A go le ready re botse. Ba khone o iletse. So be le megolokwane o be le mefururu. O bontšha you are actually enjoying. You embrace what you see in your disposal. I get it. There is a vendor boy. If you call him Popo, na le motho ko ba re ke vendor boy. o phela Paris ya gabo tša Sevenda sa gešo banya o mokaranga. He's all over the place. O re ke re o nametše plane o ya kako o ikgantšha ka sa habo. Go na le mošimane wa Limpopo ke Limpopo boy. O be o tia leoto kore o ka re leoto le la kgaoa o tšweletša talent in the global space ba re ke Limpopo boy. So ngwana mo Africa o ska inyatša akere o ska inyatša akere talent o na le yona o hold on that. It can take you far. You'll represent not only about your community, the whole South Africa. Because I was jumping lewatle mola, I was emetše fela South Africa, emetše the continent. 54 countries, I get it? Yes. Ngwana ola wa ka ke re utlwa ke our next president. Union building bua ka na ke emo. A e kgolelo ene e ka Mafuri ka Mafuri. I get Kamafuri next door. It's not far from here. It's not far-fetched. O mo capital city. O mo mošate. O ka gae wa moetšwe. Akere thobela. Right. Ke sa tseng gore maybe ke tswalla go e wane ka ntle. Ya. Ke bone o ka re bjale. A ke a ba bona ke re ba tla re ka bošiu ba re ke jwang a ke nyaka gore ba re ke bias. Na ba yozane beshaye ba gita. It's traditional. Ayifuni ingoma yona. Bashale okay. Original one. Yamampela. Hayi. Shayani ke. Gitani. Getche. Megolokwane. Just keep the spirit up. Life turn up. Sunday. Cheer them up. Happy. Bashale sanda. Batho ba bona mina wa tatazela. Intombi. Wabona nna wa chaba. Wathuthumela. Yeah, no, ke nako ela ya go gona go the wreath ceremony. We know they are still preserving the culture. Yes, intombi amatshitshi. That's part of us, that's part of our culture. Amatshitshi bayakhona le komhlanga. ubukhosini. All right, a ke tswalle go mong ka ntla kere. Yo mongwe a ikwa nkare yo a le ke nyaka gore ke fe ba bagolo chance. Ba ba re memileng ka mo ba re mošutelela a nabe. Se se ra gore ha o file maemo a o ba jwale ka elephant a se ka rena. Se ka le kwalla ka ntle bana wa ka. Ha o sa no mongwe le reng o nyaka gore fa something. I'm told there is a young man who can tell us a bit of a story for a second or a minute. Come here, my boy. O tlo re botsa ka ke history ya mang? A tla re qoqele that IQ. Aba mo fe mic. O re botsa ka history, wena o tseba history wena.
Nelson Mandela and
Yeah.
Thomas Sankara and
Yeah, tell me about Nelson Mandela, Tata, and Thomas Sankara. Hey, this man is so. There is a politician here in the house, cultural patronage.
Nelson
Asambe ba.
Nelson Mandela, he was born in 18 July 1918. He was arrested in 1964 in 13 June when he was 46 years old. He was released in Robben Island in 1990 when he was 72 years old. Del Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela died in 5 December 2013. So every year in 18 July we celebrate Nelson Mandela Day. Thomas Sankara, he was born in 1949. He was the president of Burkina Faso 1983 to 1987. He was killed by his friend Blaise Compaoré when he was 37 years old. Blaise Compaoré was born in 1951. Thomas Sankara was killed in 15 October in 1987. Samora Machel was born in 1933 in 29 September. He was the president of Mozambique and he was born in Chilembe, Gaza province, Mozambique. He was the president of Mozambique to 1975 to 1986. He married Josina Mashele in 1969 in Tanzania. In 1969, Josina Mashele died in 1971 when she was 25 years old. Then Samora Mashele married Gracia Mashele. Gracia Mashele, she's the Minister and Education and Culture to 1975 to 1989. Then Samora Mashele died in 1986 in a plane crash. Then Gracia Mashele married Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela in 1998. Democracy is
South Africa, we have got the future. Renali future, we have got the future. They were saying education public, I want a tutor. I see a diplomat, international relations recovered. If he can be focused on that, and then make sure relevant. I see the future president here. Young as he is, but he can memorize so much. He can talk so much. We are at the place called Moloren. We are collecting this national memory, which is Freedom Park. Collection of a national memory. That's where we are. Listen to him. In the next 20 years, where he will be. Mshapele matsogo man. Tloelang jealous. Tloelang jealous. All right. Ke nagana gore re fitlile mola tseleng ela re wa re ke ya mafelelo. Re tlo gopela ba ka gae. Ba re dirile vote of thanks. I think na le Dr. Sandile Zeka. Ya ke HOD ya Heritage and Knowledge mo Freedom Park. Engwe ngitse gore ke ba le wang ka re ore. Ke mistake gore ke mara ke bona ke HOD ya Heritage and Knowledge. Gona ka mo hae ka mo. Ba tlo re botswa re tsintse kae. Re lukisha ko kae. Re a kae. Ba gona. Tobe. Thank you. Harba mo eleng ka matso. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Khotso ngalapi. Mangithokoze ukuthola leli thuba lokuthi ngibonge ngiqale ngobaba uMnyayi ngize kuma thishela khona la ngibonge nakuyingane zesikolo ezila njengoba ubaba uMnyayi eseshilo ukuthi lixesha lo mama inyanga yomama siyavuya ke ukuthi ulutsha lwethu luyingxalenye yalo msebenzi ukubongaza omama. Motho e mong o naganana hore o no tlamehile hore mohlomong ebe batho ba baholo ba teng ka bongata. E mong hape o naganana hore o no tlamehile hore batjha bana ba teng mona ba be teng ka bongata ba bona. Empa rona re le Freedom Park re kgotsofaletse o ba teng wa lona mona la le banyane le bakana noma ni lulu cuntswana siyavuya ukuba nibe nathi re ithutile ho lona mo le batjha. I won't single out alemong kaofela lona le bapetse tema e kgolo mosebetsing wa ka jeng lena. O teng a ileng a fitla mona a bua ka Samora Machel, a bua ka Babu Mandela, a bua ka yes, Thomas Sankara. Sometimes we call Thomas Sankara Tom Seng. What he was talking about is exactly what we have here at Freedom Park in the Gallery of Leaders, and I'm glad I'm seeing here on the program that there'll be a tour guide. You will see Alfita Mola Tabona Thomas Sankara is there in the Gallery of Leaders. There are 48 leaders sitting, esteemed leaders who played a sterling or an exceptional role in the liberation of humankind, both in South Africa, in the continent, and in the diaspora. Thomas Sankara is one of them. Samora Machel is there as well. Nelson Mandela is there as well. Ntate Munyai o ile a ka bua ka bo Mme Maxeke, they are there as well. So what you are doing here is not something that is out of our conceptualization as Freedom Park. One would have loved, or this, the Gallery of Leaders permanent exhibition e re nang le yona mola, ebe re qadile through children, through the youth, through that poem, then say, yes, indeed, we credit you. But we still credit you because what you are going to see there will further inspire you and will further inspire Baba Babating. Ke enjoyile your traditional dances. There are certain things that as I was watching you, I was also watching at the background there. There are certain things that which you saw there, which are tsamailaneng le ntho e ne re etsa mo. O bone batho ba ne ba jiva mola ba mapantsula. That's not us. That's not our culture. So that's what we are learning at Freedom Park. We've been taking videos and we'll be showing these videos to our CEO and to the management at large to see. You see the performance in this epoch. You see what was there on the screen. Then there's something wrong. So the point I'm trying to make is that you've taught us a lesson. Your presence here was not just to come to Freedom Park, to see Freedom Park, litumele Freedom Park. Empa le tlile mona ho tla le ruta. Ho tla re ruta. Le re rutile hore di teng dintho tse bang ha re a di etsa hantle as Freedom Park. And o tshwanetse hore re di correct ntho tseno sizilungise ukuze zinxamane nalento eniyenzile apha. So in those ways, I have to really thank Ntate Munyai. I have to thank as well the teachers, Lintate Pelandate Munyai. Thanks very much. My teacher, you are playing a big role. I imagine I used to be a teacher, but with the demands of now, I'm not too sure whether I can stand the demands because your fight is not only to teach Bana, you are also fighting the entire environment to say the kids are staying focused. So it's a huge toll for teachers, and that's why we have to really credit teachers to say the role you're playing is more than teaching. What we used in the past to do teaching, because Ronaga in the past, you teach children in a class. Yes, we teach children in class in the past. I'm saying in the past in the sense that if you were to say, Sunday, go back to teaching, I can't qualify because basically I'm a pensioner. So msebithi wa rona in the past was very easy. Ntho tse ngata ne di le siyo. I'm happy. I know Ebony Park. I know that area. I know Busy Corner. It's not Busy Corner for just Busy Corner. It's a real Busy Corner. But if you are able, Robanaba, liba molded like this, when they are in Ebony Park, then it means you are doing a sterling job. That place is the survival of the fittest. And you are able to withstand anything. Any place in a township, there are many challenges. Busy Corner, Ivory Park, Ebony Park, and so on. They are having those challenges as well. But we really appreciate it as Freedom Park. And that Advocate Make suddenly left us Marwa Waboa on an emergency at home. So in those rather elongated words, Ralebua and stay focused as kids. That Munyai was not telling stories, Hanari. The future is in you. The union building is here. and that is your space. And to occupy that space, your journey starts here. And don't lose focus. Those were the last words. After this, and Ndatemnya will come and tell us, I nearly took upon the program, will tell us what to do after this. But in the absence of that day, Maki, Freedom Park will welcome you down there over lunch, refreshments. Then there'll be a tour guide who will take you across the length and breadth of the park, and be free. There are no lions. You'll walk there in the deck in the forest. There are no lions. There are no baboons. There are no leopards. So feel free. Thanks, my teacher. Thanks very much. We have again, lastly, Metandi. Unfortunately, Wakula is our storyteller. And storytelling is a career. Is a career. Is our storyteller, Marhana Bopelo. So in future, you'll come and you'll see the performances are high, and that will inspire you much, much more. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Isandeni, matso hape. Ke lebo matitjhere, ngibonge ubutitsha. Ke lebo hape le di cultural practitioners. Ke lebo team ya Kamoraleng Heritage Institute. Ke lebo ana wa skolo Ebony Park Primary, le Qinisweni Primary for your participation. Nare le na se re fetše, re sa tlo kopana kwa. Ke tlo tla. Ha re fetše mo, ke tlo tla kwa. Re sa tlo thoma fase. Akere re gona gore next time a re tla re feleletša akere. Le botše mma bang gore le tlo ba le boneng akere. O tlhaile wena. Ke re soe, o tlhagetšwe. Ane? So as by aludile gore re a kae from here, both learners and teachers and partners, Barry Close, I think Uba was like down there. Okay. From there, Harikuala and then Kavere, Rea Vanakakwa, Recipilang Habu, Zagre, Skaraharamicha, Nagar, her one chore, in 20 Richimu. I say fail, Sato Buya. Again, Tovet. A kilo metandi? Siotibana Kona. I will be presenting my paper there. So Kagana I think also in Mpumalanga. Yeah. Right. Okay. Without any further ado, let me thank the technical team. They've played a very big role for us. Or Rebelli audio is because of them. Something to work on, young as you are. I think it's fairly, are you 7 years, 6 years? How old are you? 8, yo, ne. We've got future here. 80 memory, all right. Re lebohile man, bana ba le botsana bjang ke a tswa le tshware ke tlala kere. Ba re diyo di gona kwa, zolwa zona fana. Nda, thank you so much. Ke lebohile. Photo. Eh? Oh, you want a group picture?